I have good news, I have sad news, and I have good news. The good news is very good. Phil Labonte's baby came. Very very happy. I like it when people have babies. Babies are good. Babies are a good. They're a good thing. And then we have news that's going to make you probably want to yell and punch a hole in your wall. Candace Owens has gone full retard again, and we had an illegal immigrant kill three people in a semi accident. He was on drugs and did not have either didn't have a CDL or was just given a CDL um, by a state. It's it's annoying. It's annoying that we keep seeing this because as someone who holds a CDL, holding a CDL is a pain in the ass. Random drug tests, random alcohol tests, random whatever they want to test. Pulled over by DOT, you're on the side of the highway for 2 hours dealing with their nonsense. Like, driving a truck is a huge pain in the ass. Huge pain in the ass. It's one of the most infuriating things on the planet. And on top of that, we have to pay more for our license. Of course we do. It's infuriating to see states giving illegal immigrants CDLs, but we'll get into that. It's just one of those things that it's like, as someone who has a CDL, this shit drives me nuts. But first, let's get into the happy news, and let's look at the cute baby. There's a cute baby. Look at that cute baby. Right there. Cute little baby. Cute little baby right there. So Phil Labonte is now a dad, and that is a wonderful thing. Congratulations, Phil. I hope you enjoy your time with baby Labonte. I hope you treasure your little bundle of joy there. You will have so much fun doing dad stuff. It's super super rad to see. Like I have a feeling the first thing Phil says when he comes back to Timcast will be, "I wish I'd done this sooner." It's something that almost everybody says when they have their first child. My brother said the same thing, except for the part where they were kind of worried because my nephew was kind of trying to murder his wife. But as sometimes they do, he tried to kill her on the way out. I tried to kill myself on the way out. Wrapped the umbilical cord around my throat and said, "I don't want to do this," but here I am, paying taxes. Man, 9-month-old me was based as fuck. Anyway, let's get into the real news here. Congratulations again, Phil. It's wonderful to see your little baby has finally come. Let's get into the real news here, because this is something that is. This one kind of pissed me off. Candace Owens insinuated that Charlie Kirk was murdered by the Trump administration. So let's just hear that. Oh, hold on a second. Gotta fix that so you guys don't get echo. There we go. This is from Louder with Crowder. If you're not familiar with the show, it's a great show. Go watch it after you finish watching mine. Crowder has a much larger production crew than I do, so his show is significantly better than mine. However, one day, I do plan to have a show as big as Louder with Crowder. I think Candace's brain has broken. I remember when Candace Owens first came onto the political scene. I told my dad, I was like, Dad, you got to listen to this chick. She's smart. She's hot. She's going to be president one day. Now, holy shit, I was way off. I do think she's smart, and I do think she's hot. I don't think she's going to be president one day. I think her brain is legitimately broken. I think that Candace Owens has lost it. Something happened when Charlie Kirk got assassinated that just like her brain can't process it. Whether she hasn't processed the trauma of what she saw, losing a friend, or whether she's just in a state of shock and just saying random ridiculous shit, which possibly, I guess, but her brain has broken. Now, I haven't tracked much of what's going on since her problems with Daily Wire, but it seems like when she left Daily Wire, and again, correct me if I'm wrong here, it seems like when Candace left Daily Wire, there was a large amount of Israel derangement syndrome involved in that. Whether it was because she left Daily Wire or it was the reason for her leaving Daily Wire, it seems like some Israel derangement and the leaving of Daily Wire seemed to coincide. Since she left Daily Wire, now I was never a huge Candace Owens fan, so I wasn't listening to Candace every day, but like I used to love her short clips. Like I used to love them because it was like, man, she's smart and articulate, and she nailed that point. And I like seeing that. I like, especially from women, because women usually don't get into politics. It was like that feeling of like, man, I'm not the only one. Seeing, especially like I said, women who don't get into politics be politically involved. It was like, I'm not the only one that got drug into this thing, right? Because I wasn't a political guy. I mean, I was pro 2A and stuff, and I was like, yeah, maybe don't murder babies. But I wasn't like a political guy before 2015, 2016. I kind of got drug into politics with the Stop Making Me Defend Trump. I didn't even want to vote for Trump in 2015. I actually didn't vote for him. I thought Trump was going to cause World War III. Little did I know, I got drug into the political space. And then over time, this is where I landed. Doing a show saying, look, they lie. Seeing someone like Candace come into the political space was like, oh my God, I'm not the only one that got drug into this. I got drug into this just like she did. I got brought into this world. I don't know anything about this world. I know what I believe. I know what I feel. That's it. You know, I knew that there were certain rights that were unalienable. Our constitutional rights are unalienable. They can't be taken by anyone. I knew I had these feelings, but I didn't know if I was a libertarian or a constitutionalist or a conservative or a moderate, or I didn't know what any of that was. And that's sometimes why I'll say something and I'm like, no, wait, that's not what I meant. Because I never cared much about the label of, am I conservative, am I liberal, am I, you know, like my dad and I would joke all the time, you know, we would call each other liberal just to like piss each other off, and like it was pretty obvious that we weren't liberals. Like that's obvious. However, there was a certain point in 2015 where I was like, the media is lying about Trump all the time. Everything they say is a lie. Because, you know, I would see the shorts, and seeing Candace come in, I was like, man, this is someone else who's like me. I'm or rather, no, I shouldn't say seeing Candace come in, because I don't know if she was involved before that, but noticing Candace when I noticed her. I was like, yeah, I'm not the only one here. And I was like, man, this woman could be president one day. Like she is hitting all the points. She has the talking points down. She's articulate about the talking points. It's not just I'm pro-gun because guns are good. It's I'm pro-gun because reason. Like I'm pro-gun, and here's my experience, and here's why I think you should be pro-gun. And like she just would nail it, and it's like man, like this is someone who has extreme potential and is very smart. And now, since Charlie died, something has changed in Candace. And again, if this change has been happening for a while and I just didn't notice it because I'm not a close viewer, let me know. But from my point of view here, something changed when she split off with Daily Wire. There was she definitely leaned a little bit towards the Jews. She kind of became one of the Jews people. And then since Charlie died, it seems like she has just she's just on that off ramp and she's going. Like the rest of us are going this way and she's just ripping off on a whole other road. I don't know where she goes from here. Like she's gone from the Jews killed Charlie to Charlie's team killed Charlie to Trump killed Charlie. It's pretty obvious Trump didn't kill Charlie Kirk. The Trump administration, the Trump DOJ, had nothing to do with the killing of Charlie Kirk. She's pushed that Erica Kirk, Charlie's wife, was responsible for Charlie's murder. It's just crazy to see someone who, honestly, you wanted to look up to. You want to be like, dude, she gets it. She's smart. She understands this shit. And now you look and it's like, bro, what are you talking about? You're going bonkers here. Like, I don't know what I don't even know what your opinion is at this point because you're so off in left field. Like, I hope whatever's wrong with her gets better. I don't know if it's just like a trauma thing or if it's I'd like to know. I'd like to be a fly on the wall and see what happened because there's a certain point, and it seems pretty obvious to me that it has something to do with Daily Wire, leaving Daily Wire, or whatever caused her to leave Daily Wire. There is something with Israel. And Israel derangement syndrome has taken her down this rabbit hole of, I don't know what you want to call it. Just insanity is not the right word, but it's insanity. And I'm not saying I think she's insane, literally, she's gone nuts. But at the same time, maybe she has. I just she used to make good points and she used to have evidence to back her points up. And now she's just throwing out wild accusations. And you can't back up anything she says. And it's just someone I thought was going to be president one day. Now I'm looking at them like, dude, are you okay? What's going on with you? She's pushing very dangerous rhetoric, first of all. What she's saying could very easily put the lives of Donald Trump and Erica Kirk in danger. Insinuating that in any way Trump or Erica had anything to do with Charlie's death could very easily put Trump and or Erica on someone's radar that might be willing to do them harm. Now, we just had that story with the deer stand near the airport where Air Force One lands and Trump deboards. That kind of was just a flash in the pan, here and gone. There's really not much expanded upon that yet. I give it a couple days and we might have more news about it. But my opinion is, that was just some dumbass put their tree stand in a bad spot, and that's all it was. That's my opinion. And I hope I'm right, but I'm open to being proven wrong. But man, if Candace would report on that, she would be talking about how Mossad set that tree stand up and, Israel was going to deploy the IDF to assassinate Trump because Trump something. I don't get where these people come up with this stuff. Israel derangement syndrome is kind of like rust on a car. It starts out very slow, and you might not even notice it at first. And the next thing you know, you can put your hand through your fender, and you have a serious problem. Like Israel derangement syndrome. There's something there that is infecting people's brains and turning normal people crazy. And I think whatever that thing is, whether it's just hearing about it all the time, or whether it's seeing it all the time, or whether it's something that people just focus on for some reason, it's slightly terrifying because I see it happening to intelligent people as well, like Candace. Candace is a very smart person, and she's somehow just bought in on this Israel derangement syndrome that Israel is responsible for everything. The Jews, like Crowder said, first it was the tunnel Jews in New York. They were popping up out of the ground. They had their underground tunnels, and it was Israel derangement syndrome was the answer to that. I mean, it was just, of course, the Jews have tunnels. They have tunnels in every major city. Like it was just crazy talk. And Candace was like, yeah, they do. The Jews have secret tunnels everywhere, all over the place. It just seems like there's something there. There's something. Candace, Israel, craziness. They connect into a triangle. Now Crowder goes on to make the point that yeah, she didn't connect all the dots, but the dots are pretty much connected. There's about that much space between her point and the last dot. I mean, it's not connected. She's almost there. It's like a marker ran out of ink. Like you can kind of see the line, but there wasn't any ink there. She connected the dots, is what I'm saying. Let's get into our final story. This one will make you nice and mad if Candace's story didn't. We got an illegal immigrant killing 3 while driving a semi high on drugs. So let's get into that one. From NDTV.com. Illegal Indian immigrant truck driver high on drugs kills 3 in U.S. crash. The crash was caught on the dash cam of Singh's Freightliner tractor trailer, a combination that slammed into the SUV, killing at least 3 people and injuring several others. The 21-year-old man, an illegal immigrant in the U.S., has been accused of causing a fiery semi-truck crash that killed 3 people in Southern California. No, he hasn't been fucking accused of it. He damn well did it. You can watch him do it. What do you mean accused? That shit irks me. The man identified as, I'm not even going to try to say that, Jashranpreet Singh, was arrested on charges of gross vehicular manslaughter while intoxicated after smashing his big rig into slow-moving traffic on a San Bernardino County freeway, according to U.S. news reports. Singh reportedly crossed the southern U.S. border in 2022. He had his first encounter with Border Patrol agents in California's El Centro section in March 2022, but was released into the interior of the country by the Biden administration under the Alternatives to Detention policy, where illegal immigrants were released pending hearings. Personally, I think that reimbursement for the deaths of every one of these people should come directly from Biden himself. Biden should be made a penniless man for allowing this murderer into our country. The 3 people killed in the crash have not been publicly identified yet. I do believe that is wrong. I think they have been at this point. Those injured include Singh and a mechanic who was assisting with a tire change of a vehicle. Police said Singh never hit the brakes before slamming into the traffic jam as he was under the influence of drugs. Police say his toxicology tests confirmed impairment. What was he on? It doesn't say. Anyway, here's the video. You ready for this?
Take a look. This is exclusive dash cam video.
Didn't even try to stop.
Now the subject of several law enforcement
investigations. One of those cars burst into flames.
A red semi-truck plowed into a number of vehicles on the westbound 10 freeway in Ontario just after 1 p.m. yesterday. The CHP told the LA Times the driver of this big rig is a 21-year-old man who is now under arrest.
It's insanity.
On suspicion of driving under the influence of drugs.
This is what we let criminal immigrants do in our country. We let criminals come into our country and cause chaos. This man should be, I'm going to be a hypocrite here. I am. I'm going to be a hypocrite. And part of this is because I'm angry and I want revenge. And I'll be completely honest about that. This man, whatever the fuck his name is, needs to be executed publicly. Publicly executed. You came here, you killed Americans, you came here illegally, you broke our laws, and you killed our people. Execute him. On public television. Make it free for the entire nation to see. I have no words for someone like this. I have no patience for someone like this. I have no tolerance for someone like this. A criminal immigrant came into our country, illegally obtained a commercial driver's license, and then killed 3 people. And this isn't the first time we've seen this exact situation play out. These people need to be afraid to come here. Sending them back ain't good enough. When there's American blood on their hands, their blood should flow. These people should be executed. This should be considered crimes against humanity. You come here. You break our laws to enter our nation. You illegally obtain a commercial driver's license. And then on top of that, you operate a motor vehicle while high on drugs. And then you cost 3 Americans their lives. This isn't the first time we've seen California give an illegal immigrant a CDL. The illegal immigrant in Florida that killed a family of, I believe, 3, performing an illegal U-turn. He was an illegal immigrant from the state of California, got a CDL in the state of California. This is something I've been thinking about talking about for a minute. And I've kind of kept it to myself because nobody really wants to hear about it. I don't think anyone cares what the requirements to become a truck driver are. But because it pertains to the story, I have a Class A CDL. Class A means you can drive anything. You can drive combination vehicles, like a tractor trailer or a dump truck, and you can hook a dump truck up to a trailer and tow an excavator or whatever. Tow trucks, stuff like that. That's all Class A. Class B would be dump trucks, things like that. The little flatbed delivery trucks that Lowe's has. It's just it's basically a flatbed pickup truck except way bigger. Those kind of things. Box trucks like you see delivering milk and stuff like that. That's all Class B. If you have a Class A, you can drive all of it. Your regular driver's license is a Class D, and I believe there's a Class C, and I think that's an air brakes thing or something like that. I think with a Class C, you can drive anything with air brakes under a certain weight limit. I might be wrong on that. Don't quote me on that. That might be a completely different thing. I don't know. Let's look it up real quick. We'll pull it up real quick and just see what is a Class C license. I think it's an air brakes thing. Class C license is a type of commercial driver's license required to operate. Gee, thanks. That's helpful. Class C driver's license. What is it and what can you do with it? Class C vehicles are designed to carry 16 or more passengers, including the driver, or will transport freight classified as hazardous materials. Some recreational vehicles also require CDL. Class C is slightly different from a Class A CDL and a Class B CDL classifications when it comes to training. For example, you'll get a commercial learner's permit in the process like a Class A or Class B, but the recent FMCSA entry-level driver training regulation doesn't apply to Class C CDLs. You'll also need applicable CDL endorsements. What can you drive with a Class C license? Commercial motor vehicles you can drive and jobs you can get with a Class C license are an interesting mix of vehicles and types of trucking jobs. School buses and tank vehicles. Class C CDL authorizes you to drive a single vehicle with gross weight rating of 26,001 pounds or less, a single vehicle towing a trailer or other vehicle that weighs less than 10,000 pounds, or a passenger vehicle designed to transport 16 passengers or more, including you, the driver. So basically, Class C is like small trucks, like you would need like a Class C if you were driving like a F-350 with a big trailer. That's what you would use a Class C for. So I was wrong about the air brakes. I digress. Your license is A, Class B, Class C, Class D. Most people have a Class D. With the Class A, though, some of the things I had to do to get the CDL that this guy just straight past. He was just handed the CDL to people. Now, let me. CDL school is not a super serious place. We made a lot of dick jokes. We weren't. We took it seriously because like this is people's life. Like when we went through CDL school, though, we had to learn the brakes on a truck. We had to learn how to adjust the brakes on a truck. Didn't know that, I'm going to be honest. We know how to. We knew to make sure that the properly. We had to check all the fluids and the belt. It's called pre-check. It takes an hour if you do it like step by step. This whole pre-check inspection, and we had to recite the word to get all the points to be able to even before we were even allowed to drive the truck. We had to do all this. After I had to drive the truck. Now I had to drive manual transmission. I was allowed to skip gears. Semis generally like a stick shift car for 6 gears. Shift semi 10, 14 or 18. There's some combinations that can happen more. So I was not allowed to have the vehicle go more than the length of the truck and trailer without it being here. Things like that. It's a huge pain in the ass. And then, like on top of that, we have special things. We have crossings to simulate hazmat or tanker. I mean, there's so much to do. CDL. This guy surpassed that. Didn't have to do any of it. None of the training, none of the knowledge. Got a CDL from the state. And then another thing that really pisses me off. Commercial CDL driver's license holder to anyone with any. This isn't just a Class A thing. This is anyone with any CDL. When you have a Class D driver's license, in most the limit for alcohol is 0.08. When you hold a CDL, of what vehicle you're driving, your legal alcohol limit is 0.0. No matter what. Always. Whether you're off, whether you're driving a commercial car, whether you're riding a dirt or a motorcycle, all the time. 0.04 is my legal. Your legal limit is 0.08. So we have that. On top of that, I cannot take any medications that could cause drowsiness or hallucinations. I can't take medications that do not drive or operate machinery. I can't take Benadryl. No, Benadryl does not make me drowsy. One of the side effects of Benadryl is drowsiness. I am allowed to take Benadryl. Period. I could take it Friday night because I'm off Saturday and Sunday. That's it. I have to find a non-drowsy allergy medicine. I can't take NyQuil. And now when I say this, I can take NyQuil Friday night, knowing that it's Saturday or Sunday. But it has to be out of your system next work. So for a lot of guys, especially over the road guys, you just can't take it. You can't take NyQuil. You can't take Benadryl. You can't. There are no medications you can take because everything has some sort of side effect. It says, don't operate heavy machinery or make drowsiness. Or there's a few other side effects that we're just not allowed to take. I sprained and I went to the doctor. Pain medications for my ankle. I take it because I have CDL. And this dude in a fucking truck while he's high on drugs. I can't take pain medication because I'm a little fucked up because I'm kind of retarded. But this fucking guy can come to this country legally, get fucking filled up with ice, and then get sent into the country because Biden said, oh no, we can't get him back, illegally obtain a fucking CDL, drive high on his ass, and kill somebody. But I can't take a goddamn Benadryl because I could fucking technically get a fucking DUI for Benadryl because it's medication that causes dizziness. But this guy can fucking come here, break fucking laws, be here, requirements to get a CDL. You have to be a citizen to have a fucking work visa. Read English. This guy was do that. A lot of people are saying, well, they act, write, or speak, and speak English. It's always been read, write, and speak English. It's always been a requirement to be a citizen. The guy read the road signs, pictures, and figure them out. That dude spoke. The dude in Florida, the turned and killed. I don't think that dude spoke English at all. To have a CDL, you have to be able to speak English. At least like you have to be at least as good as a 6. If you have a conversation with a 6-year-old, right? Drivers that just speak English. They can't speak English. I remember guys at truck stops, and they're trying to communicate with the cashier who speak English. And I've seen after this kind of story time and time again, where someone come here, get a CDL legally, and then kill people. Every time I'm at a truck stop, I start to wonder, is that here illegally? And it makes you feel kind of racist, but at the same time, you're like, am I racist or is this justified? Like, should I act like this? Should I be feeling I don't want to be around this guy because he might be criminal? Or am I just stereotyping? Am I just being a piece of shit? And it's super frustrating because I take a bet because I have a CDL. Yeah, I can come here, illegally get a CDL, drive high on his ass, and kill people. And that's quite honest. Not fucking okay. And I think this dude should be fucking executed. I stand by this. This dude should have a death penalty. I'm not a death penalty person normally. In this case, this dude has fucking to get to this point. Fucking put him in the dirt. Be done with it. This dude has broken so many laws. Here illegally. He acquired CDL illegally. He gave a shit. He operated a motor vehicle under the influence times before this. Now he's killed 3 people. And they hit him with vehicular manslaughter and DUI. How about this? Send him the f*** of this country, bare minimum. And if he ever comes back, it's executed on the spot. Fucking send him and tell him, if you ever come back to this country, we will kill you. If we ever see you here again, you are a dead man. Don't ever come back here. At the bare minimum. At the bare fucking minimum. Because there's 3 less Americans on this fucking planet today. Because this fucking scumbag came here, fucking broke, I don't know, 7 or 8 fucking dozen laws. Does it fucking matter at this point? fucking drove a semi-truck high. A semi-truck that we as truck drivers aren't allowed to take fucking pain pills while we drive. And believe me, a lot of semi-truck drivers have serious pain. A lot of semi-truck drivers have sciatic pain, back problems. I have pain, and I've only been driving for 6 years, 5 or 6 years. I think I'm in my 6th year. Knee problems, back problems, sciatic problems. And we can't take any pain medications because almost every pain medication causes drowsiness. But this guy can come here and fucking drive high. That's cool. That's okay. Like what the fuck? This dude doesn't even, like, the dude in Florida couldn't read the road signs and he got a CDL. What the fuck is this bullshit? And then we get pulled over and we get harassed by DOT. We get harassed by state troopers all day, every day. And this dude's fucking breaking every law in the book and nobody bats an eye. Nobody fucking cares. Now 3 people are dead because of it. Because this piece of shit came here illegally, didn't give a fuck about you or me or our laws or our customs or any of it. Didn't care for 1 fucking second what it meant to be an American. And now there's Americans dead. We've lost at least 6 Americans to criminal fucking immigrants coming here and taking our jobs and fucking causing chaos on our streets. Am I the bad guy to say, fuck you, execute him? Am I the bad guy to say this is something we keep seeing? We need to make these people so afraid to come here and do this that it doesn't even cross their mind? Am I the bad guy for saying that? If you come here illegally, and not just as a truck driver, if you come here illegally and you cost a single American life, if you come here illegally and harm 1 hair on the head of an American, you get executed. You get sent back to your home country at the very least, and you get told, if you come back here, we will kill you. If you come back here, you will be executed. Do not come back. Because we need to have a big fucking sign on the border that says, we're full. No more. We don't want you here. You know, I used to be not super big on illegal immigration. I used to not care too much. I used to be like, okay, whatever. Like, yeah, it happens. We really can't do anything about it. Now I'm at the point where I'm like, send them back and tell them if they come back here, it's a death sentence. I don't know what else to do. I don't know what else to say. I digress. That's me ranting for fucking far too long about this. Remember, it is a daily show. You can catch it here on Rumble. You can catch it over on YouTube if YouTube doesn't take it down. They do that a lot. I'm also on X and Instagram. Everything's under sgarrettmedia. You can find it all just by searching it. That's all I have for you. I hope you enjoyed my angry ranting and raving. I really do want to say, though, with all the bad news, I want to say it's not all bad. Phil brought his baby into the world today, and that is a good thing. That is a wonderful thing. There's one more person that is going to grow up to be a normal American, and that gives me hope. So, among all the bad, among all the tragedy and bullshit that happens on a day-to-day basis, a new baby was born today, and that baby belongs to Phil LABONTE. Again, congratulations, Phil. And if you don't know who Phil LABONTE is, he's the lead singer of the band All That Remains. Super rad band. Check it out. I really like All That Remains. I don't get paid to say that or anything. I just really like All That Remains. But anyway, the point is, there's another baby brought into this world, and slowly we are making it a better place. It gives me hope for the future that more babies will be born and more babies will be raised by normal people, and one day we won't have to talk about illegal immigrants coming into our country and killing our citizens with negligence. That's all I got, though. I will see you all in the next one. I hope you enjoyed. And again, don't forget, the show's here on Rumble. It's over on YouTube. Tell your friends about it. Let's grow this thing so more people can see this. That's all I got. I appreciate all your time. Thank you for watching and listening to my nonsense. I'll see you all in the next one.